happens. I'm always anticipating when that injury's going to come or when that issue's going to come. I suffered from depression. I suffered from hair loss. I suffered from eating dysmorphia. I suffered from so much. I've had 2 knee surgeries. But before I came to America, the past 3 years before I got here, I was getting injections on a weekly basis for my knees. I had epidural in my back. I just, the past 10 years, there has just been something perfect. I've never had a year healthy. It was like, okay, this is my last chance.
Exciting episode of Beyond the Finish Line with Star, where athleticism meets inspiration. A safe space where athletes come to share their untold stories, humble beginnings, setbacks, and how they overcame, diving into intersections of sports, lifestyle, and personal growth. And I am your host, Star Mpama. I want to start by saying thank you to everyone who has constantly supported this wonderful community. Thank you for your likes, your share, your comments, and also being a part of this journey. I trust that every single story of these athletes have been able to inspire you and help you in one area of your life. Well, without wasting so much of your time, today's guest happens to be a superstar and a model. She is a World Championship bronze medalist, European Under-20 Championship bronze medalist, Under-23 European Championship silver medalist, a Youth Olympic Games bronze medalist. She's also a world-class model. This young woman's story is one that I must say is a story of a fighter. Resilience, strength, and power. She's none other than Annie Tagoe of Great Britain. Good evening, Annie. How are you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm doing really well, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I mean, hearing you speak. So, you know the way people say they've been starstruck. I think right now, the word is I'm being accent struck because the British accent is like, oh my God. It's nice having you in the studio this evening. Without wasting so much of anybody's time, let us dive into the untold stories of Annie Tagoe. First, growing up as a child in Northwest London, with your mom being a single parent of 5 kids, that must have been tough. I must give her her flowers. She must be a strong woman. So tell me, how did that strengthen and shaping you to the woman that you are today?
My mom, kudos to her. She did an amazing job raising all of us to our needs and to our interests as well. I think, being the oldest and just watching how she maneuvered and making sure that everyone's interest has been met from a young age really kind of helped me to also maneuver and make sure that everything I do with passion, because that's one thing that she did is she always installed passion and discipline into us. And I think that that was one of the biggest strengths that she could have given us to all 5 of us, because we're all very passionate with what we do. And we all do completely different things. So she had to kind of make sure she was there for every single person's dreams and, ambition. I'm the only one that does sports in my family. My sister's a lawyer. One of them is also studying engineering. My brother's at college. And my youngest sister, she's still at school. She's good at maths and languages and all that kind of stuff. So she really grew up growing multi-talented kids.
My God.
So, yeah.
That's so amazing. I mean, so much talent in one family.
Right. Oh. Little competition going on.
Dear Lord. Your mom is blessed. I know I don't know her, but I know she's an amazing woman.
She's.
Now, you were excluded from school 32 times. It's out there. But what I want to know is, because for me, when I was making my research on you and the things I saw, I said to myself, this is a woman of strength and resilience.
Yes.
I for real, I was at first, Annie Tagoe, what drew me first to you was when I saw the kit you sent to Nigeria to Team Heat. And I said, this lady, I think I was like, this is so nice. I mean, from some other country and doing what you're doing. Then when I reached out to you and you were like, okay, you're open for this. And then I started making my research. I'm like, my God, this is being an athlete, being a model with all of this. Do people like this still exist? So please allow me, because you've earned it. I mean,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
okay, so back to my question. Being excluded from school about 32 times, which must have been
Stressful
crazy.
for my mom.
So
Yeah.
how did that help you to find purpose?
Right. So, I went to an all-girls school.
Mm-hmm.
And I happened to be popular at a very young age as well. When I went to an all-girls school, so when you become popular, you just kind of stupidity, and you're trying to show off and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I was just trying to do. I was just trying to show off to my friends, show off to the school, to let them know that I was the tough person, like all that kind of stuff. And I got in trouble a lot. It wasn't smooth riding. I got in trouble a lot with my mom, and she was always disappointed because she just thought I wasn't taking medication seriously. And I really wasn't. I just really wanted to be popular, because I was like, from a young age, I really just wanted to be my own person. And I was trying to find my own person. When I started getting that popularity at school and everyone would know who I was, and I'd be walking around and everyone would be like, that's Annie Tagoe, that's Annie Tagoe.
Okay.
A little bit. And so, I just made a lot of stupid mistakes. And actually, it was athletics that stopped me from getting into further trouble. When I started going to my athletics club, my coach at the time, she was like, if you keep getting excluded, you would not be allowed to train here anymore. And that, at the time, that was the only center that I had around me. And I remember one day I got into trouble at school. She warned me. She said, if you get into trouble, you will not go to the championships. And we had this championships in Qatar. It was called the World School Games. And I got in trouble. And she stopped me from going to that championships. And from there, I just changed my ways. I said, there's no way I'll miss another championships like that. So, I was seeing the videos. I see my friends having a good time in Qatar, like doing well. And I was there, I was at home racing and having to watch it from the screen. And I was like, yeah, that's never happening again. So that's how I kind of snapped out of it very quickly.
Amazing. So Track Academy was the turning point.
Track Academy she was strict.
And you were at the Youth Olympics in 2010. Where...
2010? Oh, wow.
Oh, you don't remember? Well, thank God for the internet. Everything is there. You were at the Youth Olympics at 2010, and you got a bronze medal. So much you have achieved from 2010 up until now. In 2023, you were at the World Championship and also had a bronze medal. So after battling with injuries, where you stayed out for over 10 years, how did you feel finally proving yourself that you could still compete at a high level?
If I could relive 2023 all over again every single day for the rest of my life, I would.
Oh my.
Leading up to 2023, I moved coaches. I moved to America. One day I was in London, and honestly, God just told me to come here. I didn't know my coach. I didn't know anybody in the States. I didn't know anybody. And I kept seeing tweets about my coach, from one of our training partners. Sadly, he passed away. And other, athletes talking about Coach Anderson. And I was like, wait, who is this Coach Anderson? So I searched it up, and I got his number and called him up. And within like a month, I was in America. Again, not knowing anybody, not knowing anything about the States, how they train here. And it just felt like it was the right move from God. I got here. The first year, I didn't run well. I was adjusting to the program and being away from home, because I've lived at home my whole life with my family. And so I was very lonely here. And so like that really, really hurt. Like that was a horrible experience the first year. It was the second year, which was last year, where I finally kind of got into things, and I was like, okay, this is how it was. And I just listened and I did what I needed to do. And even like going up to the championships, nobody knows this. So we had our trials and I got hurt right at the trials and the semi-final. So luckily the final was like raining. So I made the excuse to, like, say, because of the rain, I couldn't really see when I ran. So then we went to the we went to the London, anniversary games where I was meant to run the relay. And if you see, I had a tape on my leg. Again, I didn't tell them because they wouldn't let me run if I told them I'm hurt. So during the injury, I bit my tongue, bit my mouth, and I was just running. They kept running me. I was like, oh, my hamstring is going to fall off. Like, they kept running, and I was like, I'm going to do it. So I ran, and you said the last 10 meters, I felt again worse. And luckily, I was able to give it the baton, and we came second. And then, I was like, okay, I ran a very good leg because I ran against some of the GB girls and I was in front of them. So I was like, surely I've done enough. But my goal wasn't even to go to the World Champs. My goal was just to go to like the European Team Champs, which was like a couple of months before the World Champs. And so I didn't make that team and I was like, oh man. So when I made the the London Diamond League team, I said, okay, that's enough for this year to build on it next year. Then I get called to go to the World Champs. I said, oh my God, like it's been the hardest 10 years. I suffered from depression. I suffered from hair loss. I suffered from like eating the small field. I suffered from so much. I've had 2 knee surgeries. I used to get before I came to America, like the past 3 years before I got here, I was getting injections on a weekly basis for my knees. I had epidural in my back. I just like the past 10 years. It has just been something. I've never had a year healthy. It was like, okay, this is my last chance coming to America. And then if it doesn't work out after like this, because I didn't want to quit after the first day being here because I didn't give the coach a chance. So I was like to Coach Anderson, like in my head, I'm thinking this is going to be my last day if it doesn't work out. And then look how God, the goals that I had, he surpassed them. So get to World Champs now and I'm healing now, because we was there for like 2 weeks. So I'm healing, I'm running pretty well. Everything is going really, really well. I personally wasn't expecting to run because Great Britain, when it comes to relay, they had like a very tight squad. So in my head, I just thought, I'm going to be a reserve, I'm not going to run the heat. I'm just there to experience the experience.
Well, being at the World Championships.
Yeah. So we had a meeting, and then the day that was running, they said, okay, everyone's been doing well. So this is the team. And Ashley Phillips first leg, Amani second leg, Bianca third leg, Annie Tagoe fourth leg. I said, Annie Tagoe fourth leg? Firstly, they have not practiced me in fourth leg. I've just been doing first leg throughout the whole championship. So I said, fourth leg, that's pressure. That's a lot.
If anything goes wrong, it's on you.
So really, and for some of them, and I haven't been practicing with Bianca. I haven't done no exchange over with Bianca once in the champs. So it was when we get to the warm-up bit, it's when we did 2 changeovers. That was it. Anyway, when they told me that, I went to my room, Bianca and Ashley followed me, and they started following me. I was because I was like, I can't let the team down. I haven't practiced this leg. Like, this is too much for me. And, last leg is always kind of like the glory leg. Like, I was like, what if we're leading and, somebody goes and passes me? Like, I was in tears and they were like, calm me down. They're like, Annie, like, you practice this, just you're gonna do it. Like, I had Asher and Bianca like telling me, I know deep down they're like, oh my God. I'm nervous. Like, I'm nervous. And the Asher was like, I'm gonna lead the team off, don't worry. And what Bianca was like, just trust, I'm gonna give you the stick and just go. So when we get there, we get to the warm-up, like, that warm-up was not. Anyways, we get there, and I'm like, looking around. I found out that we're next to Jamaica, so I said, oh my God. I'm running next to my idol, Shelly and Fraser. This is my first competition. And I'm just running against my idol. I'm like, oh my.
I hope you were not starstruck.
I was starstruck. Like, when we was warming up, I could look to my hair like, I want to be just patchy. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
So, the day of the competition, when we went onto the track, I spoke to Katrina Johnson-Thompson as well. And she sent me a text message and I was like, you know what? She said, I can do this. She's been through a lot as well. So we get I get on the track. She told me to take it all in. I stood there, took everything in because it was packed. Looked around. I was like, my God, this place is full. Like, it's so full. I breathe. I walk slowly to my thing. I was so nervous. I couldn't remember what hand to put out. So if you see the picture, I had like a white sellotape around my hand to remind me. So when that picture was taken, the one that went viral, I was really just thinking, girl, you know,
If only.
I was like, run and put the right arm out on it, because if anything happens, GB has gotten a medal in the championships for the past like 10 years. You cannot let them down. So I'm just like looking, I don't want to into the crowd. I'm just looking, trying to figure it out. And yeah, we got it. I ended up coming out with a bronze medal. I wasn't even expecting to run from not running for so long, from 2014 to be able to get a medal. It's like, wow. So yeah, it was crazy experience. And then, you know, the following year, which was this year, unfortunately, injuries happen. You know, when it goes really hard, then you're just like, okay, you're going to try and stay there, and it comes really low again. So it's been a challenging year, to say. I had a car crash this year that nearly died 3 weeks ago in Houston. Like, only God knows how I'm alive.
What with Essie Brome?
Yes, I was the driver. Yeah, I was in that car. Only God knows how we survived. Only God knows how nothing is broken. Obviously, and I came out of that car crash with a sprained neck and a sprained shoulder and some cuts, but no broken bones. No, like, the car been around so much. The car flipped. Like I'll send you a picture afterwards. But like the way the car, like the back of the car, folded into the front, we don't even know. We don't know, but God is wonderful, so you know.
Oh, Jesus, God is faithful.
He
God
is very
faithful. Oh no. So now, these injuries, multiple injuries, 2014, 2015, knee surgery. I know you had back. I know your ankle. For that reason, you are not even able to train under the cold because of the amount of discomfort it brings to you. So how do you mentally and physically push through this pain? Because I, as a student athlete, if just one part of my body is hurting, my innermost mind will be saying, are you sure it's not time to retire? Then another part of me will be like, you know, you need a scholarship, just hang in there. And another part will be like, oh dear Lord, I'm going to confess positive. So how do you do it? Because, girl,
that's really, I feel like the coach that I have right now, Coach Anderson, he is so incredible. He has installed a lot of faith, and especially me moving to Houston, my faith has grown so much. But before that, I don't know. I just always believed, and everyone always around me used to be like, you're so talented. And I think because I kept getting told that all the time, I didn't really fulfill the talents that I know that I could fulfill. And so I think if I had quit, I'd have been so disappointed in myself, because like, why have I allowed an injury to win over what God has given me? And, you know, I just always just used to be like, listen, when I had the knee surgery in 2014 and then the knee surgery in 2015, back to back, I was rehabbing two knees. That was it for me. I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm not a quitter. Like, I really believe in seeing things to the end. And that is what I really want to do. I want to see everything to the end, and I want to stop in my terms, not the terms of my body telling me, no, I feel like my mind is getting stronger and stronger as well each year. As these injuries keep happening, I'm just like, okay, like this car crash, when it happened, they were like, I couldn't train for 2 weeks. I was like, all right, cool. When I went back to training this week, I was so shocked of how quickly I was able to come back like nothing else happened. I was able to do the training sessions. I was able to hit the times I was hit, only because I have a psychologist as well. We worked on, mentally, we worked on it, and I said, I'm going to come here and I'm going to come like how I left before this happened. And I was able to do it all. So I do give a lot of hope, a lot of thanks to God. I give a lot of thanks to like my mind, and a lot of thanks to like my family and my friends, and just like, the people around me. They've really helped me to be where I am today.
Amazing. I'm dumbfounded. I, I feel like when you were created, right? So you know this, I know it's a meme where people say, okay, when God created me, patience. I feel like for yourself, it's strength. It's courage because 10 years and still you keep showing up. It's not normal. Every human being is not born with that level of courage, determination, strength. I'm coming down to the part where you talked about the Olympic ring. Oh no. You are so amazing. Okay, so let's dive deep a bit into modeling. You openly spoke about racism and how you almost wanted to have your skin bleached because of.
I did. I did do it. I mean.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I would say that was tough. So tell us now, in that situation, will I say your emotions coming into all of this as a person and looking at what's the word? How you have come, then the height you have attained as a model and facing all of these challenges. Even I know how tough racism can be because coming into a place and people are like, oh, she's black, your skin. How did you do it?
So, growing up, it was really hard seeing people my skin tone on TV. It was hard to find a representation of someone that looked like me. And, like when you listen to music, the rappers, they'll speak about light-skinned girls, mixed race girls, like the music videos and everything. So that was what I thought a standard of beauty is. I thought a standard of beauty, and again, I'm the darkest in my family as well. So they're brown and everything. So I thought a standard of beauty was to look like those type of girls, and that's how you'd be able to, get jobs, get modeling jobs, or get attention, or, just get things that you wouldn't have to work super hard for as a darker skinned person. So when I was in school, I just, I think it was like maybe in 10 year 11, I kind of doubled into it, to just like the cream. I saw the cream and it showed, like it can be lighter. So I went and bought some and I'll hide it from my mom, like underneath my mattress. And I will kind of use it. And I saw that I was getting lighter, but because I also wore light makeup on top of being light, you couldn't really tell that I was actually bleaching until actually I wash it off. And you'd be like, what's going on with your skin kind of thing. I did it so I can feel beautiful. I did it so I can feel a sense of appreciation. And I did it so I can feel like I was wanted in this world. Like I said, growing up, darker skinned girls were not wanted. It wasn't like, they would look at you and just be like, oh, you're so dark, or
it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing. So and I remember like one of the guys that I used to date, when we broke up, he was like, you're lucky that I like you. No one would ever like you. You're dark. You're this, you're this. So he was saying stuff about your skin tone. And, like even when I used to date people, like when I was dating, to some of the first comments people would make would be about my skin. And they'd be like, oh, you're so chocolate. But I didn't know if that was a compliment or that was just them being weird. So when people call me chocolate, I don't really take that as a compliment because I'm like, I didn't have a good association with it. And so I'm just like, okay. So for me, how I got over it is like, when I signed my modeling agency, IMG, my agent, Christine, she very much straight away was very pro-black. And she heard about her black talent. And she always I don't know if she did it subconsciously, but she was always embedding being strong black woman into me. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm not that ugly, So when I started actually appreciating myself and I started liking the skin tone I'm in, I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, I'm getting work. I'm getting the same amount of attention that I wanted when I thought that I wasn't pretty enough. People want to work with me. Photographers want to work with me. It's been nice because my agent has been able to really, really, really embed like me being pretty, and and the internet kind of helped a little bit. Like when I went viral, like the amount of nice things, it was so nice just to get the comments. It was just nice to feel appreciated, and like people just liking my skin tone, like the confidence that it helped build, like the confidence it built inside me. It's like none of them. I needed it at that time as well. The time that happened, the time frame that happened, it was so funny because I was praying to God about all these things, and then that happened. I was like, oh my God, it's just funny. But I needed it to happen, and it did, and it really, really worked out for me. So that was really nice.
Well, before I head to my next question, let me start by saying this, ma'am. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
I told a teammate of mine, I'm like, do you know who is going to be on my podcast this weekend? And she was like, who? I said, Annie Tagoe. She said, Annie Tagoe? I said, she was like, from what country? I said, Great Britain. First thing first, that accent is going to kill me. Then I was now like, she's a model. She's just not an athlete. When I showed her your picture, she was like, Star, why can't we get that? I'm like, girl, are you seeing that skin? It's spotless. Like, so, and that magazine, when you listed out the 5 things that mean so much to you, and that magazine, that photo of yours is fire.
Thank you.
So I do not know how you feel the way you feel, but man, we are your fans.
Thank you.
Okay, so this takes me to my next question, right? As a model of IMG and being a track athlete for Great Britain, now these industries are 2 demanding industries, and you have been able to manage both of them.
Just about.
On a world-class stage. It's different if one is by the corner and we're just seeing pictures, and the other one is excelling. But you are managing 2 demanding. I know I was once a model. I mean, not deep though.
I was going to say you give me model vibes.
Oh, okay.
Very particular face that they like. I was like, yeah, I was going to ask a bit.
Okay. So I know I had to leave modeling completely to go into track and field. And one of my reasons was because I was told that if I come into track and field, then I was in Nigeria, that through track and field, I could travel out of the country. And the stereotype that comes with modeling, the demands and all of that. And I just said, you know what? I'd rather put in the work into running and just get out of Nigeria. So, but you have successfully, when I see your photos, dear Lord, it's like I get inspired because you can actually be best of both worlds. Like being a model with your body structure, color, and being an athlete. Tell us, what is that thing that Annie Tagoe does that has kept her in this industry, kept her flawless, kept her on the top, despite all the injuries? That is the part that keeps giving me goosebumps. What are you doing, ma'am? No, you do not know how much of an inspiration you are. Maybe I need to recall that to you. If that's the only thing I keep doing till we're done with this section, I'm going to do it.
I'll start with my modeling.
Okay.
Honestly, my agent has just been incredible. We speak every day. She's like my mom in the industry. She's very protective. She has embedded hard work into me because there's still so much that she wants me to do. So, like, I'm a very, very, very shy person. I'm very out there, but I don't know why. Like, I'm very, when it comes to making friends, I can do that so quickly. I can make friends, I can network, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to work, oh my goodness, I am shy. And so there's a lot of things that she wants me to do that I haven't been able to do because I'm just like, I have to put myself out there in social media. I get scared of social media. Like, social media scares me. You don't even believe about how I post, but that thing scares. I only post because I have to. If I didn't have to post, I wouldn't post. It scares me.
But you say you want to be popular. So what?
I do, but I want to be popular with that. I want my post. You know what it is? I think for social media, the reason why it scares me is because I'm not able to really put my personality out there. I love so much. I'm so goofy. I'm like so silly. But I think because I have to be somehow professional, I struggle with that because I'm not a professional person. I'm just crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a very, very fun person. Like, I skydive, I bungee jump, I've done like all these things. I do like crazy things. So I'm struggling to find a media with professionalism and being my goofy self. So one of the things that she's not happy with is the fact that I'm not, utilizing my social media. But I tell that to say that she's the reason why I have been successful. She, when I tell her I'm interested in something, she'll go and do it. She's been crazy when it comes to like finding work. When London Fashion Week came, I was sitting on tables with Naomi Campbell. I was opposite Naomi Campbell having dinner. I was like, so many things happened this year that I didn't even think was possible. I was in Vogue magazine a few times. It was just.
We are going to talk about it.
Pictures and videos to show you, to send. I'll send all of that. But yeah, I was sitting next to, Benedict Cunningham, the guy that plays Captain Marvel was, Doctor Strange. Me and him sat next to each other. I met so many people during Fashion Week this year. I got gifted so many stuff that I didn't even think people will want me to have. So it has been really, really good. I'm right now working on a few projects. Hopefully I can share a preview by the end of this year, before the year starts next year. I'm working on the website from scratch that talks about beauty, fashion, wellness, working with brands, like, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Please, if you need somebody to,
I need help. Trust me. I am going to need help.
My God.
So me and my agent came up with, so it's going to be called A+, so Annie plus everything. So A+. Yes. So I'm hoping to share a preview by the end of the year and really launch it next year. I've been working on that tirelessly. I'm going to start creating a lot more content for social media. I have a videographer now here in Texas. So that a lot that's happening. And you said something about, people associate modeling with having to be naked or having to be sleep. No, it's the person who you have and what the agency. I don't do anything without my agent. She's always there with me. I don't really speak to people. I'm not even interested in speaking to people like that. Honestly, like so many people have asked me to do podcasts and I just don't feel the energy. But for your energy, I don't know. Like,
I had my fingers like this. I did. I had it crossed. I said no.
I don't want to do anymore. I don't want to do podcasts. I've done.
I know you did one with one British guy. I watched that. Yes, I did watch that.
This year?
I don't know if it was this year, but I watched it.
I've done 2 podcasts this year and they're just loads that keep coming through and I'm just like, guys, please. I feel like when I get a questions, I'm like, this is the same questions you guys are asking me. These funny. And like, I haven't had women ask me, so it's so nice when you ask me. I'm like, yeah, oh, girl, I'll do it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And then in terms of like athletics, I was saying, again, my coach and my training partners, I think it's so important to have like good training partners and the coach. Like, if you do not have a good training partner and a coach, like, what are you doing this for? Like, you're just not going to enjoy coming to training. You're not going to enjoy training. You're not going to enjoy the environment. And I've been very fortunate to have both. And I love going to training. I love my training, my coach. Like, Coach Anderson is the most nicest, sweetest, cutest one ever. Like,
I give Miss Flowers.
Literally, I can't wait to make it.
Have your flowers, sir. Have your flowers.
I can't wait to just give him everything. Like, I just want to make so much money. So I'm like, Coach Anderson, here, just take it all. because he didn't even take it, but I want to force it on him.
This is going to sound weird, but you can actually have a shoot with him.
I would love, like, we have so much plans for that man. Like, I don't know about you. Honestly. He is like incredible. I'm so grateful for him. And he's just like, he's very understanding. When the accident happened, that man was there the same day. He went to training, trained the athletes and didn't even go home, came straight from training to the house that we live in. We live an hour away, and he made it, and he came again the following week to check up on us. So, he's just like, he's the perfect coach.
So now, while I was making my research, I came across a video where you were asked to talk about 5 things that means so much to you. And you brought out, before you talked about it, you were like, oh, you're scared bringing this out here, which is the 18-karat Olympic.
10,000 pounds.
Okay. So, my first question is, I know that bracelet symbolizes a dream for you, right? So how have you been able to keep that vision going? Because I, for one, as a person, it's like, oh, we needed to come in here and now we're here. And, sometimes you run and it's looking like, are you sure? Maybe we're just going to get done with school and just, going into the sector. But now, having that created is a high level of faith, So I would even have to bring in the scripture into this, which is we walk by faith and not by sight. That is the exact thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's the exact thing you're doing. So how have you been able to keep that dream going and still believing that, yes, you're going to be on that stage? And being there, what is it going to mean to you?
Well, I mean, the dream was to have it happen this year. And when I got that created, I was really disappointed I think I was more disappointed that I got given it and I didn't make the team. And with that, I kind of let the process of making it for me and like everyone that was involved down. But once I realized that the sport is sport, like you cannot determine what's going to happen or the outcome of how the results are going to go.
Yeah.
I had from December, I was struggling with Achilles problem this year. I mean, the season. And then from there, just my hamstring and then those are so many things. But, I have that bracelet and I want to fulfill that dream. Like in my head, this was going to be my last year. I was like, you know what? I am exhausted. Like, do I really want to go another year?
I can imagine.
It was going to be my last year. I was like, another injury. I'm just so tired. Like, what is it that my body just doesn't like about this sport? Like, what's happening? So when I went back, I saw how much work people have put into me this year. And I said, no, I refuse to end the season on an injury again. I refuse to retire on an injury. So I went back, I called a few people, I created my own team. I have my own psychologist. I created S&C, I have an S&C coach. I have a physical therapist. I have my coach Anderson. I have a medical team that I trust. And it's the help of not British Athletics. This is me. I've made and created a team. If I feel like I need something, I will go and find it and create that team. So that is what I've done this year. Before I didn't have no team. I was just relying on just whatever is available. I didn't go and do my research. I didn't speak to people and I didn't be like, so guys, how do I get to this level? Because every time I get here, something happens. And I've been very fortunate with the team that I've created. I speak to my psychologist either on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, every single morning at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. just before I go to training. And my S&C coach, they set a program and I do it every single day for 4 days in a week on top of my gym stuff that my coach gives me. Then on top of that, my physical therapist, unfortunately, he's in America, in London. So I'll speak to him and I'll be like, what do I need to do? Who do I need to see? And then I see a guy here called Marvin and a guy here called Terry and a lady here called Miss Elizabeth. And we speak and, we figure it out until he comes here next year to come and see me. I'm paying for all of this on my own. Like everything is on my own, because I just feel like I need to want it more than ever. And I need to not think that there's something going to happen, like there's going to be an angel. I think that's one of my issues as well. I always feel like something's going to happen. So I'm always anticipating when that angel is going to come or when that issue is going to come. And, you know, when I spoke to my psychologist, it's like, yeah, we're clearing all of that out. I had to write a letter to myself. Like, he did this task for me. I still have to do it, where I have to write all the bad things that happened with my left hand. I'm right-handed, but I have to write with my left hand, almost childlike. So I can just like dash away, be like, you know, it's not important. And all the good things that want to happen, that is going to happen, I write in my right hand, and then I keep that. So that's the next song I'm looking forward to doing. But what I've done is I've just made sure that this year I said I am going to work hard. I am going to work hard. I'm going to work hard. I step on that track, and normally I'm very negative with the sessions because I'm not really good at, well, I wasn't really good at the longer runs, but now I step on that track. I'm like, okay, Annie, this is how you're going to run it. This is how you're going to do it. And I say, God, be my strength. I go, boom, run. God, be my strength. Boom, run. So I'm like, I've been doing that the past few weeks, and I'm just like, you know what? Nothing.
You know, when you said earlier this year, let's talk about the fashion, right? You said the person you met, you know, and you never planned for all of that. But the good thing is you had a good heart towards modeling.
Yes.
And I know you faced setbacks, challenges here and there, and I know how scary that can be. But one thing I would say is the things you want to put into consideration is the very years you have spent running. Imagine the life you have inspired even without knowing you have inspired them, right? You know, people feel like, for me, I feel like people think maybe it is until you've hit it. But for me, with everything I have seen, you are on a level of high performance.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, because when I go back to that injury phase, it's not everybody who can hang in there. It's not. Even to think about the amount of investment that has been made, I mean, from your coach time and all of that. These are things that money cannot buy. And you are even being considerate, not just about you right now, but about the persons around you who believe so much in you. So these are the things you should just put together and trust. And even if tomorrow you decide to retire, I don't feel like you should regret anything, because ma'am, you might not know it, but look at it. In 10 years time, I'm sure you're going to be called to, like, from now till 10 years time, it's going to be one interview or the other. And you better get ready for that, because you need you need to tell the world how you kept on hanging in.
Yeah.
For real. For real. So let me gradually start wrapping up. I looked at your page. Apparently, you are a very fun-filled person. Yes. It's from one trip to the other, one country to the other. So, aside modeling and track, what else does Annie Tagoe do?
I love simple, adventurous things. I love traveling. I love eating. I love everything fun. I'm always busy because I'm always trying to find something to do. Like right now in Texas, I go to sewing classes, and I'm still trying to find activities to do, like cooking classes and whatever. I cannot be still. I need to be busy. So that's what I like to do. And I'm actually really enjoying creating my website, and I'm really excited for everyone to see. I'm very nervous, scared as heck, but I'm so excited to just for people to see. And, you know, I just really hope that people love it. And I don't know, I just hope that people love it enough to just engage with it and like let me know what I can do more, and just keep advising me. Like, I'm always happy to take advice because I'm not doing it just for me, I'm doing it for everyone. And I just hope it just goes beyond and above, like everything. It's my first big solo project on my own.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, So excited.
Please, I think another thing you should do on that website of yours, please put out your story.
Oh, I will. Oh,
Please
didn't
do.
think about that actually.
Please put out your story. If possible, as a model, create images that talks about your story. You know, there are kind of photos that people take, and with the knowledge I have from modeling, we don't see photos the way just regular people see photos, right? So there are photos you take and it just speaks the message. And you have a lot of message to write out. You can speak, like, there's injury, there's racism, there is being that child who grew up with a single mom, but properly being raised. You don't find that every day. There's just so many.
Good idea.
There's so many to give out. I mean, being able to manage modeling and track too demanding industry. There are ladies who want to hear this. There are ladies who have so many unanswered questions. They don't even know how to navigate life. And with everything you've been through, you are still standing strong.
That's a good idea. I'm going to take that. I'll put it in.
So you don't need to start thinking if they are going to. No, it is how it's not a thing of like, it's a thing of inspiration. Yeah. It's not liking is like, oh, I saw this, it's fine. Okay, next. No. It's going to be a thing of, my God, how did she do it? I can do it. I can. Oh God, I can. You know, so that's what it's going to be. Because this should be what I feel like you should hold on to. It is a scar that has made you a star.
Oh, okay. Write that down for me.
So that's what I feel it should be. Now
That's gonna be. I'm gonna have my story subtitles: "A scar that has made you a star."
Oh yeah.
And I have all the stories, and I put credit. Star.
Okay. Okay. Now this brings me to my final question. So, if you could speak to a young girl who feels lost today and who is unheard, who have faced the amount of odds you have faced stacked against her, right? What would you say to help her? What would you say to help her go through life and remain stayed true with so much strength? That's one. Then, when you hear the word beyond the finish line, what does that mean to you?
What I would tell a young person that's gone through adversity and like struggles is that it is tough, but it does get easier if you have the right team and the right mentorship around you. I think it's so important these days that younger people need mentorship. That's something that we're lacking because, you know, as an adult myself, I need mentorship. I need someone that can call on the phone and be like, please, like, I need to speak to you, like, help me, guide me, listen to me. There isn't anybody out there that's willing to do that anymore. And I think as adults or as young adults ourselves, like, well, we've gone through so much, you know, growing up in Africa. I grew up in Ghana till I was 6 years old, and then I came here and I was still raised very much West African. You know, I think we struggle to, from what I've seen on the outside, that they struggle to let their emotions come out. And they get stuck, and then they take it to their own lives, feeling angry in the world because they wasn't allowed to express how they feel. And I think that we need mentorship so the kids growing up don't feel like, you know, if they feel like they need to bleach their skin because they don't feel pretty enough, they should have someone that they can speak to about that. And that's something I wish I had. I really, really wish I had before I started it. And I'm so thankful and so grateful to God that my skin was able to go back to normal, because I know that so many people probably wouldn't have. So I think the most important thing is young people need to just, you know, find mentorship. And my Instagram is always open. And there are people that speak to me, and I always have time for people. Obviously, if it's a creep, I don't really care. But when it comes to women and kids, I take pride in trying to help. I wouldn't call myself an idol because I don't want to be an idol, but I would like to help where I can help, you know. And if I have the means to do it, why not? It's not costing me a thing. I would love to speak to people on the phone and be like, yeah, do, if you need help, like, that's the type of person I am. That's how we've been brought up. Like I said, it's so easy for me to make friends. It's so easy for me to speak in rooms and environment, because that's just a gift I was given. When I hear beyond the finish line, I just hear more. Like, it's more than the finish line. Like, I see success. I see confidence. I see joy. I see happiness. I see so much positive beyond the finish line. Is that, like, the next phase is coming, and that phase is even better than what you had just finished.
This is the version of you the world should constantly see. Oh my God. You said it all. You have said it all. I mean, oh my goodness. This episode, well, this is not me trying to, viewers, this is not me trying to have my favorites, but I don't think, I knew this was going to be special.
Thank you so much.
I knew it was going to be special. I just said to myself,
you helped me. You gave me 2 ideas for my page, so it's a teamwork here.
And yes, God, you are a huge Manchester fan. I thought it was part of your 5. What? The jersey was one of your 5 most important items. Ma'am, I'm glad that you said yes.
Yeah.
And yes, I am so grateful. And I must say that your story is one that is not just inspiring, it pushes. If strength were to be a person, it should be you.
Thank
yes,
you.
Because yes.
No, you're making me gonna cry.
No, please. I'm just stating the facts. I mean, after this podcast, whoever is watching, you can decide to go ahead and make your research about this young woman. And with everything that is out there, you can tell that it's so much hard work, it's so much resilience, it's so much I can come back and I can do it. I can do it no matter what. So please, do not let nobody make you feel like it's not a thing. Like I said, it's not a thing of like. No, it's more of inspiration. You are an inspirational person. It's not if they would like you. That is not what it should be. You are an idol of inspiration. Yeah, you have it all in you. So
it's so great. My goal was next year was, because I don't really have a lot of like African followers, and I was like, I need to get some, because I'm like, I need to get with my roots. And so this is like, this is a dream. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so we have come to the end of this exciting episode. I hope you all have been inspired by this amazing, inspirational idol. None other than Annie Tagoe. And I still remain your host, Star Mpama. Until we meet again, be good, stay safe, and bye for now.